So I just disconnected by accident because I was worried about the time, which anyway, so focus. Okay, so grounding is basically, it's a way that you connect yourself with the earth, because we are a soul in the human body, and so our body is constantly looking for ways to ground us and to bring us into our body and to feel into our body, so we're not living in the neck up. We do that a lot with food. We do that with water. It's like when you chug a good thing of water after being out for a run. Yes, it replenishes your body or something, but also grounds you and reroutes you, so you don't feel like, dizzy or kind of flighty. So these exercises do the same thing for you. It's a way to focus, it's a way to be present within your body, and it's a way to ground you so that you can take good care of yourself when you go to the mall or when you're connecting with someone. If you don't do this and you just walk into those situations, you walk away discombobulated, like your soul's kind of floating out here. You're like, don't know if you're coming or going, you're not really sure. It's just this process, okay? So how I do it is I visualize a happy place. So mine's the river. And so I go there and you can play with it. You can create it. It can be the beach. It can be anywhere, but I want it to be outside the top of the mountain, whatever it looks like for you. Then you go there, you can walk around. The whole point is really showing up there. You look at the things, in the trees, like the moss hanging down or the dirt on the ground. You really want to connect and root yourself with Mother Earth. So getting really present in that visualization. And it can happen with your eyes open or closed, whatever works for you. Eventually over time, once you kind of perfect it, so to speak, it'll take like maybe a minute tops. But you're there and maybe you're touching the earth, but you're feeling how you feel there, how it feels peaceful. What do you smell? What are the sounds? Really bring yourself there. And then it's important for you to either be on, wood, a tree, or the ground or rocks or near water, and you basically feel like your toes, and you can do your heel, the sole of your feet, each of your toes, everything starts to grow these beautiful roots, and they kind of start to braid and bind together, and it's happening under you, and you can feel it. And I feel it push into earth, all the way into like Mother Earth's core. And the way I envision the core of the earth is like this big green, blue, white ball of energy. And as soon as those roots touch that, I visualize them bringing up all that same source of kind of energy through, and it kind of connects into my whole entire body. Sometimes I stand there with my palms open. So we have meridians, kind of chakras in our hands, and then our crown up. So I visualize like if the clouds are dark or whatever, even if it's raining, but something parts, because we always know the sun is very bright above the clouds, and it just parts a little bit, and it's like it shines this white, beautiful light into the top of my crown and fills into my whole entire body. Sometimes you can feel it energetically, give you the shivers, and I feel in my palm. And what I'm asking here is for Mother Earth to fill me with energy, and for the Spirit to fill me with energy. There's so much energy to be had. You just have to be ready to welcome it and bring it into your field. And in this, I'm rooting myself down. Sometimes I will even visualize vines, like vines start growing from everywhere, and I can see that they're coming from bushes and trees, and they start wrapping around my feet. And I start bringing up all my body here. I can just see them. And the whole point of that is feeling me rooting and connecting with earth and grounding into it. If you still feel flighty when you're doing this, you got to keep redoing it until you feel solid and grounded inside your body. There's a difference, and if you go throughout the day, you'll notice the difference, where you kind of feel like, woo, or you feel like rooted inside of you, okay? You can do this halfway through work. So really learning those techniques. You can become a tree. Your feet can become, a birch tree or whatever, and you can do that. Play with that. Google it. There's so many out there. Now, bubbling is also what I would also ask to do, is I ask my guides and my angels for support in creating a bubble, okay? So it can be 3 feet, it can be 5 feet, but I choose all the way around me, encompassing me, and I choose to pick a color. Maybe it's white and gold, and maybe it's pink for some extra love, or I'd want it really tight. When I know I'm going to go to a place that's anxiety provoking, maybe I'll do like a shield of armor over me. But the intention of that is to protect my energy. And sometimes you can visualize yourself moving throughout your whole day, going to work, sitting at the office, going out for lunch, going home, going to the grocery store, picking up your kids, whatever, and this beautiful bubble is following you around, and you are very trusting and knowing it's protecting your energy from anything getting in and from your energy getting out. I also will add that I've created these beautiful, huge, big antique mirrors, and they drop down from the sky and they click together, and they're all around me, and they're facing out. So to protect me from any unwanted energy or negative energy coming in. And I also view that as walking around with me. And another thing you can do is if someone is across from you and energetically you're starting to feel like, oh, I don't know, I'm not in control of this flow anymore, I'm not feeling grounded, this stuff, you can just drop like a thick glass, like screen, basically drop it in front of you and just feel that energy. It's like, you know, it stops it and it keeps that energy from that other person on the other side. So those are kind of protection bubbles. You can literally Google ground, surround. You can do it in YouTube, lots of different kind of ways. I say try mine, try yours, get really creative. There's tons of things you can do with your to visualize. So find something that fits for you. If what I'm saying is like, I don't really like that, I want to choose a different spot. It's totally yours to be creative. It's yours to do whatever, but make it your space. Make it where you feel safe. Mine's out in the bushes. It's out in the mountain. And so I don't feel safe always out there because I'm terrified of cougars because I'm a city girl. So I have created this beautiful, powerful lioness, and I've given her a name and I know what she looks like. And so I know when I go into this part of the river, she goes behind me and she lays there and she's protecting me, and I can go and do what I need to do near the river and do all of my stuff in my mind's eye. I can do that knowing that she's protecting me. So you can add and get really creative, okay? Now the third thing I was gonna say, or the 2.5 thing I was gonna say, is crystals. You know, crystals are a good source for protection. You know, black ones, you're gonna want some black ones for protection of like space, room. You can get ones to carry around your neck. You can carry ones around in your bra for women. Selenite's really good as like an energy like absorber protector. I've done previous videos, I think, on crystals. If not, I should probably do that. They're great to have under your pillow, keep in your pocket, to move about with, you know, to give a job to. They all have their own kind of energy fields and beings, but it's also a good way, especially for kids, as a stone of protection. And they can be really, really small. Actually, that one's bigger, but they can be really small and tumbled and soft so that they can fit in your bra, that a kid can play with them, give them jobs, and you can say like they're worry rocks, so to speak, and so on. So you can get pretty creative, but having these at your desk, in your office, around your neck, and on you is also a really other good source to kind of protect some of your energy. And you'll just need to cleanse them a little bit more. So I have to get going, which I should have probably planned the timing a bit better, but I hope that these 2 videos, which they're going to be split into 2, can be helpful for you in understanding more about the importance and the value of grounding and surrounding and protecting yourself. Yeah, it takes a few extra minutes of your day, but just like so does making coffee and so on and so on. It's just about getting in the habit of doing so, and it will be a game changer for you, and it will be a life changer, and it will help you protect yourself from toxic environments, from toxic people, and so on and so on. Eventually you might get to the point where you don't need it because you just are really strong in your power, and that's great, but these are really good things. And I also say to tell people is like, once you get really creative with your brain and you have these like solid visualizations that you can do to ground and protect yourself, you can also get playful with that for anxiety. You can get playful with that about being curious about what you're going through. It really kind of opens the door. Again, it's just another tool for you building a relationship with yourself. You know, we were born and created in this world that we needed to be selfless, but I really love taking back that power, because to be selfish, it means you're really taking care of yourself and showing up for you. And this is another way to do that, okay? So very important. You can also protect and energetically your space, and maybe I'll do another video on that in the future. But get curious, explore the web. There's lots of really good ideas. Remember, if it aligns for you and it feels good, go with it. If it doesn't, don't use it. All right. Well, this concludes episode, I think 6 for Medium Small Talk, and I will see you next week. Manifesting 101. Exciting. Okay. Have a good day. Bye.